Welcome, class, to Cooking with Juwan. For my demonstration speech, I'll be making buffalo chicken dip. As far as the ingredients, as far as with the buffalo chicken dip, you would need of course, the chicken, chicken broth, cheese, crispy onions, cream cheese, hot sauce and ranch. It's basic. It's a quick little dish if you would like buffalo wings, but you don't want to do all of the frying and all of that stuff. This is a quick way you can get buffalo burritos. Okay, class. First, you would need to wash off the chicken breast in the water. After the chicken is seasoned, you would then go to the stove. You would preheat the stove at 5, so you can put your chicken broth in the actual pot. Then from here, once you get the chicken broth in the pot and it heats up, then you would depending on how much chicken you have, depends on how much chicken broth you use. You just get enough so you can cover the chicken. Actually add in cream cheese. You can use 1 or 2 there. You will actually add the Frank's hot sauce. It's pretty hot. It's actually, well, it's not really that hot. It's actually just buffalo. You can get a hotter hot sauce. It just depends on how hot you actually want it. You can use about 1/3 of this. I've already added it in, but you can use as much as you like, depending on how spicy you actually like it. Next, you would actually use the ranch. You can just even it out, put the same amount or less, depending on, again, how hot you actually like the hot sauce. So, and then you would do also a cup of cheese. You can use more. This has 2 cups, so I use about 3/4 because I like it a little cheesier. Then you would go to the chicken. The chicken is pretty much boiling. It will have a stringy texture. You just gotta make sure it's done all the way. I'm gonna pull this off, and then I'm gonna pull these out. Okay, class. So now you're gonna take the chicken off. It's been about 15-20 minutes. You check the chicken out, make sure it's not pink all inside. You take it out. It should be falling apart already. So you just take it out. Put it over here. I'm going to demonstrate a little bit how to do the shredding. It shouldn't take much, but you should just be able to pull it apart as so. Okay, as you can see, you have went through it pretty well. You have chopped it up. It's really good. So now you can actually transfer the chicken. It should look a little bit consistency like this. You'll transfer the chicken into the actual sauce. I use a whisk. Well, I'm folding it in. You can whisk it in. You can use a regular spoon. But I'm folding it in because it's a little bit difficult trying to shred the chicken with the whisk. So I just fold it in. It gets pretty fine. So you try to add what you like, what you dislike. I probably add just a little bit more hot sauce. Try to add just a little bit more cheese. You want to save some cheese because you actually want to put some on top so it actually melt over it and makes it like a little crust. But I also want to add a little bit more ranch. Then of course you just keep folding it in as best as you can. Like I said, it gets a nice little consistency on it, and you would all the chicken and everything in it, it should have a nice little consistency. You actually shouldn't be able to tell whether it's the cheese or the shredded chicken. That's nice. Now you can do an alternative. I know shredded chicken is a lot, so I mean if you want to just chop it up, that's also fine. I've done that as well. It tastes the same. But you actually get a pan. You don't have to grease it. I mean, because the chicken has its oil and the cheese has its oil, you don't really have to grease it as much. So the same pan that I use to actually shred the chicken, I'm actually use. Then put everything in there. Then you spread it out. Make it kind of even so it'll cook even. The cheese, of course, will melt in between the chicken and the hot sauce and the ranch, so it'll be like you're biting into the actual hot wing, which is hence the buffalo chicken dip. So definitely you can spread it out like this. It only needs the oven needs to be on for 350. I put it on 360 just because I have a lot of extra chicken and cheese. So I actually will bump it up a little bit more, 365. So then you just put the cheese there. I add extra cheese just so I have a little crust on the top. It's just a little thing that I've learned through me making it, but definitely you don't have to add that extra cheese if you don't like. So you just pop it in the oven. So I'm gonna set it for 20 minutes. Of course, I eyeball it just to see, how much I actually need to keep it on. Just as long as the cheese is actually melted and all the way through is fine. You can use two different things. Either the lime chips or you can use croutons. I've tried both ways. I like them both. It's just a regular going to Walmart or Kroger's. You can get the Kroger's brand or the Walmart brand bread, and it's only $1. So I mean, I just do two different things. These are actually like $3, so I mean, I still save money on either way. So yep, that's the two different things you can use. Okay, so now you have the actual chicken and the cheese is all melted up. I'm going to take it out for a second. It's looking like that, so it should be melted up some. This is actually when you add the garlic pepper onions. You can add the full thing. I kind of just want to do the half just to have a little diversity on it. You can fill it up if you like, or you just have some. I just kind of want to taste it different, so I'm going to add quite a few. But you'll have the half, so you'll have both of them. Then I'm going to put it back in the oven for the last 5-10 minutes. Just depending on how much you want the cheese to be melted. It says 4 minutes, but you can last for 5 or 10 depending on how long you need. I also had a bread in here. It actually should be getting pretty crispy. So yeah, bread is getting pretty crispy. The cheese is melting. And then once we'll be finished up in the next 4 minutes. Okay, class. So this is the conclusion of the video, the finish, everything. So I'm going to pull it out the oven. So this is the finished product. It's kind of heavy. And also I have the croutons to actually go with it. So I mean, so it should finish up and it should look like this where the cheese is melted, but you can also see some of the cheese and the meat. And then that concludes us. Thank you everybody for joining Cooking with Juwan. It was a pleasure having y'all in the kitchen, but I'm about to eat. Woo!